was good. That was fun. It was a great way to send out the seniors to be undefeated at home. It's something that we talked very early about in training camp and when we opened the season against Stony Brook, that good teams defend their home soil. And very pleased to be able to do that this evening and honor our seniors who have been a huge piece, obviously, of their commitment to our process, our way of doing things that bought in very, very early on to all the changes that we made, and then recommitted to that process before the start of this year. So a lot of hard work has led up to this moment, has led up to the journey that we've been on, the climb that we've been on, day by day, step by step, has created great evenings like this. So pretty special to do something that hasn't been done since 1996. Pretty unique and pretty special to lead a team that has beat Boise, beat the team up north, and feels like any other team in California right now. So doing a great job with the guys. Staff's doing a tremendous job. Really, really pleased. And the really cool thing is that we get to continue to do great work, and each opportunity that we go out, becomes even more meaningful. So great win. I'm really excited to turn the page on a short week here as we go. Tomorrow is Monday for us as we get to take on a great New Mexico team that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, won this evening. So there'll be a great battle down there with some really good coaches and some really good players and some really high quality ball that will get here quickly.
What can you say about the defense's ability to keep Danny Sodero in check? Obviously, being a major factor of their offense.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's one of the key targets, right? I mean, the number of times that he was targeted relative to the other wide receivers, and the way that they were utilizing him tonight, the way that they've done all season long. There's great creativity, using him out of the backfield to create some matchup issues. And so, it was a great job by the defense, great plan by Rob, and great job by the guys owning the plan and being able to contain him. He's a player that you're not going to stop, right? You just got to do a good job of containing him, know where he's at. And our guys, for the most part, did a really good job of that to keep a lid on a very explosive offense, to hold them, to an outing where they don't score a touchdown is pretty impressive.
You guys playing for Eget, and you end up getting the younger kid who could run around. How did that affect the defense and how you played it with a different quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually just talking radio about this, right, to where it's like players make plays, and obviously the quarterback and the trigger man, when they have different skill sets, when they have different styles, you got to have a really focused approach to how you're going to do that, right? So, seeing all three of those quarterbacks with each a uniquely different approach, there has to be relentless focus and elite technique and fundamentals to execute the call that's being made, and then trusting your brothers that are out there that they're going to do their piece so that you can leverage the ball, you can beat gaps down, you can have coverage, stability. I thought we did a good job of that. Obviously, we bled some yards tonight, but to keep a net over the explosive plays and to play kind of a bend but don't break approach, I think was really smart by Coach Rob and the approach that they took, and the way that we went about the game. So again, having to be multiple quarterbacks that we saw, but again, being able to execute the call, owning that within the white lines by our players was really impressive.
Coach, there's a lot more 21 personnel today. Is that kind of a product of some wide receivers being out and thinking that that's a little bit more of the strength of the skills of the guys that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the ability for us to adapt our scheme to the people that we have available, the knowledge that we have on staff, and our kids' ability to be able to take the kind of concepts that we've implemented since day one and then utilize them on different personnel packages, right? So yeah, we're in a spot where it's been a journey, right? Like this is 5 of 6 in a row, and if we handle the next one the right way, there's going to be 7 that we got to go win in a row, right? And obviously, there's been some pretty critical injuries to some of our playmakers within the wide receiver rooms, and guys have done a good job stepping up. I was really pleased with the way that Jalen Hawkins has prepared for this moment and this opportunity, and stepped into it and did a good job with the role that we gave him, and then obviously utilizing the backs, utilizing the tight ends that have continued to grow and develop under the tutelage of their coaches, and then be able to lean within the run game, regardless of what skill we're deploying, right? I mean, even getting in a little big sexy package there with Cy running out for the touchdown and use 6 linemen and 2 tight ends, and just feeling like it's all hands on deck at this point in time, right? And there's no excuses to be made. Let's find a way to manufacture a win, manufacture success, and be more efficient in how we do that, because we left a lot of meat on the bone out there tonight.
Once you guys get a 2-score lead at halftime, what else does that allow the defense to do to take even more control of the second half?
Yeah, I mean, again, situational football, I thought the way that our offense managed at the end of the first half was great. Wish we would have managed the start of the second half a little bit better. There were some opportunities for us to be able to distance ourselves there even more. But again, with our defense's ability to control the pace of the game, and then not have to be as aggressive in certain spots because you're playing in such an advantageous position. And then the way that we're able to manage it as a staff with the elite running game that we have, just shortens the game, shortens the clock, and allows us to, win the situation, win the game, and not necessarily be so concerned about the opponent, whoever that happens to be, right? It's about managing the situation and being loyal to what winning requires in all three phases of the game at that point in time.
Can you talk about Chris Johnson, his incredible interception, and just how much he means to this team?
Yeah, he's one of the seniors, right, that recommitted and came back to finish what he started. And, he's positioned himself as a young man of tremendous character and has shown that all your dreams are possible, all your goals are possible from a team standpoint and an individual standpoint here on the Mesa at San Diego State University. And it's going to be pretty cool when his name is called here in the future. There's a lot of great work that still is going to be done, and he's going to be the first one to tell you, the job's not done, right? There's still a hell of a lot more work to be done. But again, tremendous warrior, we're different when he's on the field. There's a presence that he brings not only to the defensive unit, but to the whole team, and there's a reason why he's numero uno, right? That's a special number, and there's a reason why it's not doubled up, and he's the only one that gets to wear that, right? And that's a special right that he has earned, and he lives up to it each and every single day, not just on game day.
Your team's outscored your opponents 187 to 41. Can you talk a little bit how hard it is to play your team at Snapdragon?
I'm glad I don't have to play my team at Snapdragon, right? And I'm glad and very proud of the culture that we've created with the connection amongst this team through all three phases and the way that they compete each and every single day, right? So because of that, I think that ripples over and everyone gets to experience it when we're at home here. And I'm excited for the next opportunity that we get at home and for our community to show up and show out and be a part of that experience with us because, again, there's a couple of moments today because of the crowd and the environment that our fans are able to create where we get a couple of false starts. That creates a huge advantage for us to where now it's an obvious pass situation. And we got some talented edge rushers. Right? It's really great to see Hendel's growth and development. It's really great to see Niles King emerge. Obviously, Trey's going to do what Trey does, and he commands so much attention, but this is a special place, it's one of the finest stadiums in all of college football, and we want to honor, this grass, we want to honor this place with an unbelievable effort each and every single time we get to do it. It's special to us because we don't get to come over here very often, right? The whole breadth of the year, there's maybe 10 to 12 days when we come over here, right? A half dozen of them being, right, for our home games, and so that's special, that's cool. It's not lost on our guys that when we get to come here, it's different. This is a day that truly counts, and let's make it freaking count.
What goes through your mind when you think about in a year's time you've got from winning 3 games to playing for a championship?
How we're gonna handle tomorrow? I don't have the luxury to reflect right now, so that'll be a good article for us to have, postseason after the job is done. But right now, it's okay. What needs to get done tomorrow? How quickly can we turn this tape around? What needs to get hit in the jog circuit tomorrow evening? How quickly do we need to, recover, and how can we manage the week properly? With the time that we have, how do we get to maximize that as we go forward? So it's how do we handle tomorrow the right way?
What do you feel the mental state of the team is at this point? They seem like they're pretty much in a business-like approach. Is that kind of what you're feeling from them? Can they take a moment to savor a victory like this on senior night?
Yeah, there'll be a moment, right? There's always a moment. We kind of have that 24-hour rule, right, where you treat it the right way, but there's probably a sense of urgency to refocus and go do the next thing the right way to our standard because of the short week that's coming and the opponent that's coming, right? But the club's confident right now. We've got a bunch of high character guys there, and again, the culture that we've created is built on the connection, the improvement piece of things, the competition piece of things, right? And the love of the work, right? All the work that we've done is great, and the reward for all the work that we've done is more work. And that, but that's life, right? Do a really good job in the entry level job, congratulations, you get the promotion, you get more work. And you do a really good job in that job, congratulations, now you manage more. And so I hope, if nothing else, these guys learn to appreciate that the work is the reward, right? We got to continue to do this work at a really high level, and no matter what we're feeling or what we're thinking, right? There's work that needs to be done to our standard, and get it done in that space, right? And again, there'll be a time and there'll be a place and there'll be a space that we'll be able to, relax for a moment and really reflect upon what we've done. But, this is a special crew. Again, you look at all the work that's happened from a year ago, to this point, and the way that guys have, reaffirmed their commitment to what we were doing, the way that they stayed in the building, how that led to us being able to acquire the talent that we needed in certain holes and certain gaps that we felt that we filled, the development of players that were already in the building to step into the roles that we needed them to fill, the way the staff has continued to grow and connect together. It's led to some really beautiful complementary football that led to a great evening tonight to be at 9-2, and all that's well and good, and I can keep whining poetically about it, but it doesn't matter. We got to get better, and there's another opportunity, another opponent that's waiting for us in short order here.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, guys. Go Aztecs.